Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Confidence Lab. My name is Brooke, and I like to talk about all things reality creation, manifestation, and specifically the law of assumption. So today we're having our office hours discussion. If you're not familiar with office hours, inside of my coaching community, which you should definitely join, by the way, folks get to ask questions. And then I do a dedicated YouTube video. So if you join, I could potentially pick one of your questions. So I do a dedicated video to your question. So someone in the group asked today, how can you manifest quickly without coming from a place of lack, doubt, or desperation? Can desire for swift manifestation imply that you don't have it yet? And I love this question. So we always say the cliche answer that most of you all may eye roll is that time doesn't exist. But I do want to break this down for the people that may be new to conscious creation or manifestation. So time is an illusion. It's a human construct, right? It's real in the sense that that's how we operate as humans, is we navigate our life through linear time. But when you think about it, all we have is the eternal now, or the generous present moment. Because when you're thinking about the past, where are you? You're in the present moment. And when you're thinking about the future, where are you? You're in the present moment. So all we have is the present moment. So it really is about settling into the fact that you are here and now. That's it. So you are wiped new. You're a clean slate in every single moment. So if you are trying to manifest on a time crunch, I really highly suggest that you start to know that your imagination creates. So I always say imagination is first cause, your world is the effect, or the psychological creates the physical, or the 4D creates the 3D. So what do I mean by 4D? 4D is your imagination. So your imagination is what creates your reality. So it really is about going within, right? When you start to go within, your brain and your body does not know the difference. So if you think about a dream, right? When you're laying down in bed and you're dreaming at night and you're on the edge of a cliff and then you jump, right? And then you can kind of feel your heart sink. Your body literally jolts you up out of sleep because it registered that as real. So your brain doesn't know the difference. So when you're consciously creating or manifesting, and remember, manifestation is not something that you just started doing. It's not something that you is a side hustle or your side project that you work on. You're manifesting all the time. So I always want you to manifest or think in your favor. So as you start to go throughout your day, know that you're not actually creating anything. You're more so curating the life of your dreams. And you do that by selecting your identity and returning to it from moment to moment to moment. So oftentimes fear, doubt, and worry can come up, and that's okay because it's very normal and natural for those things to creep in. But really, when you're trying to manifest on a time crunch, it's really understanding that the inner world is truly more real. The outer world is dead. It's an old reflection of who you were, your old state of consciousness. That's really what it is. So when you go within, that's your real world. That's you returning to your decision and deciding who you are. So go within and say, no, I am loved. No, I am chosen. No, I am abundant. And this is not about pretending, right, that you have a bill that's coming up and you're not sure how you're going to pay it, right? It's not about ignoring what's going on and bypassing your feelings or anything like that. But it's about going within and saying, things are always going to work out. Things are always moving in my favor. So it's really more of a question. So I want you to ask yourself, am I agreeing with my current reality? Because if you're agreeing with your reality, then you're living in the old state of consciousness of lack, desperation, scarcity, fear, not having the love, not having the relationship, not having the money in your bank account, whatever it is that you are manifesting, so to speak. So it's really about returning to your I amness and to your choice or to your decision to say that I am wealthy and I am abundant. And because I decree it and I declare it now in my imagination, I know that that's more real, right? So don't look at your circumstances and agree with them from the lens of lack, because then that's your identity, that's your I amness, and that's who you're being. So instead, I want you to wake up every single day and I want you to start giving meaning to how all of those things are a part of the unfolding. So I always say that you can't be everywhere all at once, right? You really don't know things that are happening behind the scenes. So who's to say that there is no movement, that there is no action being taken on your behalf from someone else? Maybe you're looking for a new job. Maybe you are manifesting wealth. You could be being gifted money right now. Someone could be in their office with an attorney drafting up a letter to send you money, right? You might find a bag of money on the ground. Whatever it is, start to assign the meaning of the lack and scarcity that you see. And I'm saying that loosely because if you're waking up and seeing your current reality as the lack, scarcity, and I don't have it yet, that's the meaning that you're assigning to it in the present moment. So it's your job as consciousness, as awareness, to go throughout your life assigning the meaning of already having it. So if you see that your bank account says $30, then you assign it the meaning that, gosh, I've got money in my bank account. How thankful and grateful am I that I've got money, right? And more money is just going to keep coming in. Instead of saying, oh, I only have $30. I don't know how I'm going to pay this. I don't know how I'm going to pay that. And then you go down the rabbit hole of lack and scarcity. So when I say live your life, live your joy, give things good meaning, and go to the end, I want you to go to the end in every single moment throughout your day, because you can assign multiple meanings to any circumstance. Two children, I always say, can be brought up in the same household, and one could say dad was evil and mean, and the other one could say dad made me so resilient and so strong. So same conditions, different perspectives. So it's about training your brain. So your brain is truly hardwired to search for whatever it is that you are commanding in your reality. That's the reticular activating system within your brain. So right now you have trained it to look for lack, desperation, and things that are missing and what you don't want. And so I want you to start to train it to say, oh God, I do have the $30 in my account. Oh, because I'm thinking of my specific person, they're thinking of me. Even if you haven't had a text from them, if you haven't had a call from them, if you haven't talked to them in months, because you're thinking of them, they're thinking of you. So couldn't you give it that spin through that lens? And you know that as a conscious creator, that when you go within, manifestation is instant. You're giving yourself that experience in your world. So that's how you manifest on a time crunch and in a timely fashion, is to know that your manifestation is instant the moment that you decide it is, right? The moment that you put your focus and your attention on it, because all of creation is already finished, right? So you're just aligning with a version of you that has it. So you're not creating anything. You were never meant to carry the burden of creation. Creation is finished. It's like going to Chipotle and literally deciding if you want the burrito bowl or the salad or the quesadilla or the tacos. And if you want carnitas, if you want fajitas, if you want barbacoa, whatever it is, right? You're just selecting all of creation. All of the ingredients are already there, and you're just curating whatever it is that you want. And so you do that by putting your focus on what you want to consume in that meal. You're not going into Chipotle saying, no black beans, no lettuce, no chicken, no tomatoes, right? You're telling them along the assembly line, pinto beans, chicken, cheese, guacamole. You're not saying what you don't want. So why are you doing that with your manifestation? Why are you training your brain to do that when it comes to your desire? So it's really a skill, right? You have to start to cultivate the skill and start to catch it in those moments and start to really just bring yourself back to your choice, to your decision, and to always think in your favor. So that's how you make manifest in your world. In your world, your 3D will start to validate you and show you more proof and more evidence, because you're training that reticular activating system for those signs. So again, Give things good meaning as they start to unfold. A lot of people bypass the little things, self included. Sometimes I do, where if I want something, I'll kind of ignore the small things that happened along the way. And it's like, have gratitude. And I know gratitude can be extremely cliche. Sometimes people get upset and they're like, oh, I hear about gratitude a lot. But truly, you're so focused on the big thing that you're not even noticing the small little freebies along the way, right? Or the compliments in your physique or your smile if you're trying to manifest body changes or whatever. It's like, if your head is on, I gotta lose 50 pounds, and people are saying you look great today, you're just like, yeah, whatever. And it's like, no, that's your reality, your world rearranging itself in your favor. So that is instant. The rearranging is taking place instantaneously, unless if you say it's not. So creation is already finished. Manifestation is instant. The moment that you decide it, there is a version of you that has it. It's just that you're instantly manifesting the lack, because then you put your focus back on that. And you've already trained your brain for the lack. So then it's easier to spot the lack because you've already got that muscle built. So this is why we say in this community, keep persisting, keep training your brain to scan for what you do want, and then you will see that validation in your 3D. So I hope this helps. And if you want your question answered in the next office hours, I will link all of the community information below. We do courses, challenges, all of the beautiful things. It's a supportive, loving community. So I'd love to have you. I have special guest speakers come on and just so much fun. So I will see you all in the next one. So take care. Bye.